everyone, I'm Adri and today we're gonna talk about books. I like reading. I used to read a lot, then somehow life happened and I stopped. Since reading is a skill, now I need to slowly get back into it, and I've decided to share with you the most interesting books that I've recently read. As we all have some more time on our hands nowadays, I think it's a perfect time to pick a book, to buy a new book, maybe discover a new author and just get lost into it, because it's not like we have anything better to do. So now I'm gonna show you the first physical book that I have in my bookshelf currently, which is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. I would say that this book is just a collection of lessons, as the name suggests. It features key themes in the present, such as technology, the existence of God, religion, ignorance, how data affects us, and big companies. And it's just a collection of theories and arguments that the author brings. But what I think it's very nice in the way that it's written is the fact that the author does not just want to express his arguments and prove that he's right. He wants to make you somehow question everything that he is writing about and form your own opinion based on these arguments and your experience with whatever the subject is. And I think it's very eye-opening. I found some arguments that I was agreeing with 100%, but I just never knew how to put them into words. So I think it's very nice, it's very actual, and the author also has 2 more books. So this book is about the present, he has another one about the future, and another one about the history of humankind. And to be honest, I cannot wait to buy them and read the 2 as well. The next book that I'm gonna speak about is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. And I read this one in Romanian, but no matter what language you're reading it into, it's gonna have an impact on you. I would say this book is kind of outrageous in a way, because it shows you how life was like for a lucky or maybe not so lucky person who got the chance to be the tattooist, the tattoo artist at Auschwitz, and got the chance to meet important people, to meet every single person that was coming into Auschwitz, because he was the one who was supposed to write the numbers on their arms so that the Germans would recognize them. For some people it could be too much, but I personally devoured it, and it just reminded me every time I was reading more of it how lucky we are today that we have all this freedom, and how we somehow take it for granted and we do not realize that all this peace that we now have in our world, or in most parts of the world unfortunately, is so important to cherish and appreciate at all times. Another one that I have is The Circle by Dave Eggers, and I have to admit that I have read this for university, but it just impressed me. It tells the story of May Holland, who gets a job at a huge technology company, something like Facebook or Google today, and at first she is very scared and overwhelmed with all the things that she's exposed at and all the skills that she has to acquire in such a short period of time. It's not that it's amazingly written, but it's how real it was. I mean, yeah, it's a fiction, but what scared me the most is that these things that are mentioned in the book are actually possible nowadays with all this technology and all this advancement, and we are not 100% sure where this is going to lead us to. And that's what's scaring me the most, because it's fiction, but it's possible. Another one that I personally enjoyed a lot, and it helped me through a not so great period of my life, it's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. And I have this one in Romanian as well. It's written by Mark Manson, and it's teaching you how to live your life without looking over your shoulder every time, afraid that someone might judge you or your actions or your appearance or anything. The author is painfully honest, and it describes to you why some people are just average, and there's nothing wrong with being average. And we are not all special. Life does not have to be this shiny, intense, adventurous thing all the time. It's a nice book to read if you have a rough patch in your life, if you're feeling a little bit bad about yourself, because it makes you believe in yourself more. And it's also a perfect book to read now that we are staying inside so much, because our minds tend to wander, and we tend to think about things that don't really matter that much, because we have all this free time that we're not used to having. As a bonus, I have one that I am currently reading, so I cannot yet recommend it. It's called The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I'm sorry if I pronounce anything wrong in this video. But it's a very interesting story. It's a thriller, and I'm not sure yet what the actual story behind it is, because I started it quite recently, but it's talking about a wife whose husband left her and remarried a much younger girl, and it seems like the ex-wife does not like the idea that much. It's creepy at times. It's not scary, but again, I like how real it sounds. I like how you can actually feel what the wife is feeling at the moment. You can feel her anger towards her husband. It's interesting. It's a bit psychological, but not too much that it's complicated. I think it's very important that we have a hobby nowadays, because we have all this free time. And yes, some of you are working, and that's great, but I personally don't, and I find myself with all this time and nothing to do really. So reading is keeping me busy, it's keeping my mind busy, which is amazing, because it doesn't have time to think about bad things that are happening around the world. I hope you liked this video and it gave you some inspiration on what to read next. And if you did, please like it and subscribe for more videos like this, because it will help me a lot. I wish you have a wonderful day or night, no matter when you're watching this, and be patient, stay safe, stay home, and I'll see you next time.